Hey everyone, welcome to the DarkMatch. We're going to talk about TNA iMPACT and...
Wait. If we see... Look on our website. There's already a TNA posted. Did you guys do that?
I didn't do it.
Wait, then who? Wait a second, hold on. God damn it, Al Snow!
So, has anyone seen Backlash or Tiefus lately?
Last I heard Tiefus went on vacation, but then, like, past that, he didn't come back on his proposed time.
TNA is fucking awesome. Cancer. Come on, cancer. Cancer, come on. Come on, cancer. Come on, daddy needs to suck ash.
How do I get out of this? Run at it real fast, hit real hard. So you would like to...
Yeah, and I haven't talked to Backlash since, I don't know.
January?
No, not that far back. I'd say around,
November?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
the farther back in January.
The fuck is this shit? Oh, I'm gonna do something about this.
No, it's not. Shut up.
At any rate, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dark Match. We don't know what that abomination that got posted was, but we're back and we're doing the real deal. As usual, I am No Leaf Clover.
Hello? I'm your friendly neighborhood Mr. War Machine.
I'm the Revolver Man.
And I'm Christopher Says.
It's time for What is Iron Sheik tweeting now?
This motherfucker. Has he tweeted anything lately?
The only thing he tweeted was, I am the real champion. Anyone who don't know is jabroni.
Damn it, Sheik. Whatever you stopped taking or whatever you started taking, stop that shit.
You're ruining our bits.
Medication.
You're ruining our bits.
Yeah, say no to sobriety. Say no to sobriety. Stop talking to Punk.
Exactly. Straight edge is for losers.
Whoa, hey, watch your whore mouth. But seriously, fuck your medication.
All right, talking about something we need medication for, the show opens up with Mr. Anderson.
Fuck. If there's one person I don't want to see at the start of Shit Pact, it's fucking Anderson. Especially since all he does is come bitch and moan about the same thing every frackin' week. It's just, ugh.
It's like he's skipping the record.
Where's my total sauce? Give me my total sauce. I want my total sauce.
Seriously. I mean, fucking, he drags Hebner out, and he starts like, they start doing like the callback like, oh, Hebner screws everyone. Including his wife, apparently, as we find out later. And...
yeah, we're having a Montreal reference again. Yeah, Russo, that's real fresh and topical. Despite the fact the man involved in it has already fucking returned to the WWE and settled all that shit.
Here's the thing. He asks for his title match every week. how many times has he gotten a chance to be number one contender? He has had championship matches. And yet he comes out every week and he says, I want my rematch. You had your fucking rematch, but I want my rematch.
And back to the whole screw job thing, it didn't work last year when Russo tried to reference it by just playing it out with AJ and Angle and having Angle spitting on Hogan. It was
a bit of a side. I apologize, but that was even worse because AJ, the heel who did it, was still champion. They didn't need to screw job it because he was already the fucking champion.
Mm.
Hey, TNA and Vince Russo, stay classy, motherfuckers. Stay classy.
Let's move on. It doesn't make any sense to me why Anderson comes out and he bitches about the same thing week after week when he gets his title opportunities. This doesn't happen with any other wrestler. I can't remember another time where this has happened, where the guy gets a number one contendership match, he gets a championship match, but then he comes back and he says, I want my rematch.
Another aspect of it, like, they didn't need to bring in Brian Hebner because we might complain about them using Cole and Lawler so much, but when the fact that they have a feud with each other, they build the fuck out of it. They're not going to do anything with Earl Hebner, just like they're not going to do anything with his quote-unquote professor that they had last week.
Oh. No. Oh, we also don't, let's not forget, we also have Earl Hebner saying, if you touch me, I have the authority to suspend you. And then Anderson almost mic checks him, and
nothing happens. Nothing happens. Earl Hebner essentially spent his entire portion of the segment yelling at Anderson to respect his authority, and nothing came of it.
I mean, sometimes it takes a while for TNA to contradict themselves. That was 3 minutes flat.
I mean, you'd think TNA Impact was written by Tara fucking Gillespie. It's just fucking infuriating. They contradict themselves on a constant basis. They forget shit that they said 30 seconds after they said it. I mean, it's just... I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a rather rage-filled episode because we had...
No. War Machine, we can't have rage on this show. We can't have rage on this show.
Oh, clearly.
Copyrighted that shit. That is Spoonie's bit. That is Spoonie's bit. No rage.
This is going to be a very anger-filled show. That's not rage. Let's move the fuck on.
Yeah, okay, we can't move the fuck on because here comes Hogan Bischoff.
No. To set it up, before that happened, Sting came in like either looking for an apology or looking for a fight. I forget exactly which it was. And
one of the two.
They have their tiff. Like RVD comes out and says, "Oh, I want a three-way dance at Lockdown," and now Eric Bischoff and Hogan come out to piped in boos, very clearly piped in boos.
Very clearly piped in boos. I mean, listen to your average episode of SmackDown, and you will hear your fair share of piped in cheers and piped in boos. It was nothing like this, and this was a theme that ran throughout the show. People boo. You can hear people booing, but no one in the crowd is reacting. No one. They don't cut to a better shot. They don't even try. They just piped in the cheers. They make the Impact Zone sound like it's 4 times bigger than it is. It was.
Well, they make the Impact Zone sound like.
Listen to those piped in chants. I was waiting for to start hearing Goldberg, Goldberg, Goldberg.
Seriously, it's fucking astounding that they can claim to have such a die-hard loyal fan base, and none of them react to this shit. Which tells me one of two things: either TNA marks are dying off and dying off fast, or B, they had 0 fans to begin with. But we know that's not true. Or their third option, their fans are too poor to go to Universal Studios.
I'd like to also comment on the fact that we not only have contradictions, but now we have redundancies. Because what Bish and Hogan basically come out to do is make the three-way dance official, and they end it by saying, "And guess what? It's going to be in a steel cage." because we weren't expecting that on Lockdown.
Yeah,
None of
they
us.
make a 6-man tag for the main event. It's all 3 guys who hate each other: RV, Dope, Stung, and Mr. Asserson versus the most intimidating heel. No, fuck it, I forgot. I'm not working. The worst fucking heel group in the history of history. Immortal.
It is without a doubt the single least effective heel group in the history of wrestling.
Wait, you might be wrong about that, because Hogan, during that thing, clearly says it's going to be Abyss, Matt Hardy, and Bubba. Who's this Bubba they're talking about?
Motherfucker! God damn it.
Has Superboy Prime been punching time again? Tell him to stop. It's Brother Ray. Brother Ray.
No, I think
Holy
Hogan's just
shit.
been talking to Taz. He's just been hanging out with Taz a little bit too often.
If he name drops that 2 more times, he runs out of lives and WWE sues him.
Please. WWE wouldn't even waste their time. It's not worth it. They'd bankrupt that company just by threatening to make them hire lawyers.
So we get...
I mean, Jesus. They spend God knows how many dollars on all their legends, and their fucking title belts, apparently. But...
You mean the monthly title belts?
Yeah, let's just give every new champion a belt. How about that?
Yeah, just a custom personalized belt costs $18,000 every time, and they'll just do that from there.
I couldn't waste this kind of money if I was defecating on it and then lighting it on fire.
Yeah, just have Anderson's be like this giant open sphincter, and just have the fucking RVDs be like this pot leaf. Have Eric Young's be a short bus or something.
The cameraman is following along Ken Anderson, and apparently we know who the cameraman's name is now because Anderson keeps calling him Jason.
Gorilla!
It's the asshole from the Winter Years.
Oh, who wants to bet that Jason Hervey's going to be TNA champion before the year is out?
Definitely.
He's probably going to beat Hogan for it.
No one. Hogan Josh.
Oh, we'll get to Hogan. We will get to fucking Hogan.
But yeah, we have the commercials. We have the commercial for WWE All-Stars and the spring cleaning sale at shoptna.com, which almost made me wonder if they fired Don West recently.
Don West has better things to do than deal with TNA. Although,
yeah, on the shopping channel.
Though, going back to WWE All-Stars, with the recent steroid scandals happening, is it really smart to put guys in your video game whose heads are about 4 sizes too small for the torsos they have? or seeing, the best example is probably Andre the Giant. As we all know, Andre the Giant, big guy, but he's never ripped or anything like that. You see him in this game, and it looks like he ate Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, he ate John Morrison's abs. You've stopped scrolling.
Talking about his 20-inch pythons. Fucking Andre has about 40 inches in that fucking game.
As you can see, we don't want to talk about TNA. We don't want to talk about the backstage promos that follow with Anderson's no comment promo, RVD's promo talking about God only knows what. Sting's backstage promo, he wants an apology. We have Inking now, which is...
Okay, here's basically the promo, because this is a feud between 3 guys who are supposed to be faces. Anderson is the badass face, RVD is the neutral face, and Sting is the Cena face. That's all you need to know about this series of promos.
I know a better way to describe this. Breaking out my Dungeons & Dragons book, heyo. Anderson is the chaotic good, RVD's the neutral good, and Sting is lawful good.
You know you're a geek when...
Hey, TNA's using these alignments, not me.
Fair enough. Now let's get back to playing our game. I rolled a 20.
Oh,
God,
I
I'd
wish
rather
we
be
were playing
playing
D&D
D&D
right
than
now.
watching Impact.
I wish we were playing D&D right now.
But after
Yeah,
that, go
unfortunately, we won't
backstage
get to D&D.
again. Seriously, another aside. How many backstage places does TNA have? Seriously, in the times when they want to do the gritty spots, when they're doing that, like the torture angles that they love to do because they've done that more than twice, the backstage area kind of looks like an abandoned steel mill, doesn't it?
That's what Universal Studios deals in, you know.
Well, back in one of these fucking torture chambers, we have Ink there, and Shannon Moore says he disrespected Scott Steiner because he wears a stupid headdress. Okay.
Maturity.
Slow the fuck up.
No.
Where
Props to
did he
Shannon.
get off talking about silly headdresses?
I think we've made that joke before.
You know
I don't
what?
give a fuck.
You know what? I'm going to have to go against my colleagues here and say, even with Shannon Moore's ridiculous hair, is there really anything as stupid as that chainmail cough that fucking Steiner wears to the ring? Does he?
Yes,
he's
the
gonna
Book of
be jumped-
Dillygaff. The Book of Dillygaff is easily as stupid, if not more stupid, than the chainmail, because at least the chainmail looks kind of cool.
Yeah, he did.
I'll give it that.
But it just makes
a lot
no
better than
sense.
The Book of Dillygaff, which, if you know what Dillygaff stands for, doesn't make a lick of sense that there'd be a fucking book about it.
No,
Clearly, you do.
my take on Steiner's chainmail is that it's not stupid. It just doesn't. It's just completely absurd. Like
Well,
with the way he talks,
that's his gimmick. That's his gimmick. Scott Steiner is extremely absurd.
his gimmick was that he talks like he watches BET. At least back from WCW.
You know, I'm sad that they never had a gimmick where he left it on during the match, and any blows to the head would be no-sold because they were being blocked by his armor.
That would be an awesome match. Again, you see how we're not talking about Impact right now?
Not much.
Clearly.
I mean, we go from an King promo to a Scott Steiner promo, which, like, it's more or less what you'd expect and enjoyable.
We had 6 promos back to back.
Like I said, that backstage area must be fucking huge for TNA.
Scott Steiner to Bully Ray bragging about taking out AJ.
And then we go to Hogan's office, and Jeff is protesting because he has to be in a match with Kurt Angle. Wasn't Jeff the one that agreed to be in the fucking cage match with Kurt Angle? Am I wrong about that?
Under duress.
Oh, right. Under duress.
Did it have anything to do with an X or an American flag painted guitar?
You know, I just accepted a job, but I decided to not go to it under duress. I feel like I was bullied into working this.
So I'm going to call the cops and commit.
No, we're not at that point yet.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
Oh, we're not.
Stay tuned for that. Because right now we got Shannon Moore versus Scott. Sit your ass down.
And of course, we have different components to this match. We have EAY and OJ on commentary.
OJ.
Oh, God. We forgot about OJ.
Sexual orientation in the house. Fuck this guy. You know what? I'm all for gay rights or whatever the hell Orlando Jordan is. That doesn't mean I want to watch you rape men on national TV. God damn it.
The fact that if he's being honest about saying, well, I wanted to do this gimmick because I wanted to help more, gay, lesbian, bisexual, transsexual people come out of the closet. What kind of fucked up priorities does this guy have? Who could be proud of this homophobic caricature of a gay man?
It's a bad. It makes you wonder that maybe it was Orlando Jordan who got the goofy kick rather than fucking Eric Young. Because, dear listeners, he comes out with a rainbow set of wings.
And rainbow, underwear thingies.
I mean,
this guy.
The The real tragedy of it all is that it distracts from what's essentially a short but effective match.
Yeah,
I don't fault Shannon Moore for being like a decent enough worker for what he's got. Like he tosses the ref in front of Steiner. He acts as a heel. He puts on his chainmail. He does the push-ups. He's working. He's at least making an effort. He's a fucking
he's
poser.
trying. God knows no one else in TNA tries. So,
but yeah, he's trying.
Yeah, they had to fucking distract from probably one of the best Scott Steiner matches this side of the millennium.
but yeah, Scott Steiner ends up winning, and it was like he said, it was an effective match for what it was. And then Eric and Orlando are like, well, I guess we're just gonna walk over here and not do commentary now. And I guess there is something good that came out of this because they are putting the British Invasion back together, Brutus Magnus and Doug Williams. And apparently, Desmond Wolfe just fell into the bag of...
The rumor is, I heard, is that he's got some kind of medical condition. So if that's true, we honestly can't blame TNA.
Yeah, and if that's true, I know wrestlers don't listen to this, but if there's an off chance that Desmond Wolfe ever listens to this, then we want to wish him, all the best.
Definitely.
Come back
From
better
what I
than
remember,
ever.
Exactly.
From what I hear, his medical conditions disallowed him from going into the WWE.
Do we know what it is?
No, we don't know. I don't know what it is, but
Guys?
I've just heard that. Like I recall hearing it, but
but
in terms of the British invasion,
that's just another thing about TNA because TNA hired him right away, and as much as he did have a relatively good debut, but if they knew there was a medical problem with him, then they had a responsibility to make sure that was solved and fixed before, they put him on their television program.
But like in terms of British invasion, though, I think that their comeback is tentative. Like the second time didn't we see him another time on TV?
Yeah, that was they kind of threw it. I mean, what the fuck else is Doug Williams and Magnus gonna do? Though I don't doubt they put those two together.
Well,
I mean,
God they're strangely heels again. Last time I saw them, weren't they faces?
Fuck them.
It's
that simple. That's what TNA's booking strategy is.
Honestly, if their problem is with frickin' date rapist and goofy head they're faces in my eyes.
Yeah, really.
That's what TNA's booking strategy is with talent that has talent. Fuck 'em. We'll push the people who don't have talent.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
If Williams' problem with Orlando Jordan is that he's offensive to all sexual orientations and genders, yeah.
I'm cheering. I'm standing up and I'm fucking applauding him.
Yeah, if that's the kayfabe reason, then he's pretty much a CM Punk heel.
Yeah, pretty much. But of course, after this, we go backstage where Anderson is talking to a poster of himself about how if Sting wants an apology, then he can go fuck himself.
Not only is he ripping off The Rock, Stone Cold, and any other popular tweener in the late 90s, he's now ripping off the Hogan fucking angle of seeing the fucking Warrior in the mirror, except it's a poster of himself now. And he sees himself because he's a fucking egotistical asshole.
And
God damn it. God damn it. You know what? Okay. I just want to say this was a stupid fucking segment. Why? He pretty much already said that Sting can go fuck himself as many times as he possibly can.
Welcome to the Department of Redundancy Department.
If they honestly feel that Anderson hasn't gotten his point across with Sting by this point, fuck, I don't know how these people expect to get it across any further. Because at this point, you've had the man literally say that Sting can go fuck himself. I don't know what you can do further than that. Why not just drag his kids to the ring, beat the shit out of them, then stab one of them and rub shit in their face like it's the first season of Oz. I don't know what else you can do at this point to essentially state the fact that Anderson hates Sting.
Oh,
Nothing further. Stop
but you
these
know what?
segments. Quit
But you know
wasting
what?
my goddamn time.
But you know what? It gets better because then we cut to the Jarretts, who are in front of the exact same Anderson poster that Anderson was just in front of.
This promo added a lot. It was basically Jeff Jarrett saying, "Why is he on the poster, not me? Doesn't he know he's not Double J?"
After Jarrett talks about absolutely fucking nothing, we have a video package of Max and Jeremy Buck being mad at each other. So, bye Generation Me.
Because why keep your most exciting tag team together when you can just split them right the fuck up?
Yeah.
And I know they have heat backstage with Jarrett because the airline screwed up. So why didn't they just run all the way to the impact zone? That is still no reason to split them up. Job them the hell out. Do not split them up, because let me tell you something, brother. Let's move on.
Right. The next match we have is Max Buck versus Jeremy Buck, because we can't keep a tag team together for more than 10 seconds.
God damn it. And you know what? I don't understand the need to split them up, other than personal vendetta, which is clearly on display here. And no one can tell me otherwise. They did not need to be split up. They did nothing except miss their flight, which wasn't even their fault.
Yeah, we all know they ain't getting over as singles wrestlers, especially if they're going to be wrestling themselves the entire time, because the match mostly just consisted of Max doing a spot, Jeremy doing the same spot to him.
Yeah,
it's not entertaining, TNA. It's not entertaining. It's not good. It sucks.
I don't know what their deal is with splitting up Generation Me. I thought they'll definitely work better. They definitely work better together as a tag team than as singles competitors. And what are they going to do? They're not going to do anything. They're just going to be a tag team again in like 2 months. What the fuck is the point of splitting them up?
But this time, they're going to be heels.
They were heels last time.
After Max Buck wins the match, so, he's the Shawn Michaels, I guess. We go backstage to Steve Fortune, sans AJ Styles, as they arrive at the Impact Zone. And,
Freechin shows up.
I have a comment. This is true of almost every wrestling show, really, is that apparently you don't have to show up when the show starts.
Yeah, clearly.
That's very nice.
No one is ever on time in professional wrestling. Just show up whenever the fuck you want. Show up like 5 minutes. Show up 5 minutes before you have to do a segment. Show up right at the arena when you have to do your segment. Just just get out of a limo and fucking do your bits. That's how it works in wrestling.
Okay.
We move on from that to Winter and Angelina backstage, and this is a feud that I'm quasi interested in, only because I enjoy watching Katie Lee Burchill.
Yeah.
New rule, TNA, new rule. Unless you open up each Velvet or Winter segment with either A, Velvet showing me her boobs, and I'm not just saying lifting up her shirt and exposing her bra. I mean, like, literally showing me her boobs, no black box. Or showing her and Winter fuck like rabbits. I am no longer watching their segments.
I have this comment. Isn't it funny that our youngest correspondent is the one asking for hardcore porno on TV?
It's the raging hormone.
I don't care. I mean, that is what will make it worth it to me. I hate listening to Velvet's shrill voice. I hate watching Winter do her voodoo magic on Angelina Love.
Well, it's not necessarily...
I hate the derp fucking look on Angelina Love's face in every segment she's in now because she doesn't know how to play Hypnotized.
No, but the thing is, she's not hypnotized. She's drugged,
Bitches.
apparently. She's drugged. Winter, they very explicitly show Winter saying, drink your drink.
Either way, she's
What
still
is she drugged with?
that causes
I
her
don't
to
know.
move.
She's clearly drugged with zombie powder.
Yeah, apparently. So once
Akutabi
again, I don't want to see her working her voodoo magic on Angelina Love any longer. No mas.
But you
I
know
do.
what? The next matchup was Velvet versus Winter, and this was a competently wrestled match. You know,
It was.
Yes.
It was probably, considering what we got, this was probably the best match of the night. Velvet performed very well. Winter performed very well, like we expected her to. For all the shit we give TNA, we do try and give it its props when it's good. And I want to make that clear because I feel like some people out there feel like we bash on it needlessly, and we don't. I try and find the good in everything. There's just not a lot of good in TNA, but this was a good little match. It wasn't very long, but it was just long enough, and despite all the shenanigans kind of surrounding it, it was still a good match.
Yeah, they basically used it to put over Winter's new finish, apparently, where she puts you in a headlock and she knees you in the back.
Yeah. So afterwards, we get like 57 close-ups of Angelina Love's face. And I gotta tell you, she is fuck ugly. I mean, you know, I never thought she was the most attractive woman in the world because personally I think over 87% of her body is plastic, including her lips.
Yeah, she's very... It seems to me, I've seen pictures of her before TNA, essentially. And she's not, like, gorgeous, but she's a cute girl, you know? But she's rail thin. She's rail thin now because that's what they fucking have to be in TNA. I mean, we bitch about the divas all the time, but you have to be rail thin to be in TNA for any period of time. Her lips have massive collagen injections. She's got major acne. Her makeup is bad. She looks like a mess right now. I know this sounds kind of misogynistic, but we're not trying to be misogynistic. We're just trying to be truthful.
And when they show us 57 close-ups, they apparently want us to notice this.
The thing is, though, I remember back when the Knockouts division was good, that the beautiful people's beauty was meant to look artificial and fake. And now, despite the fact it has not changed one bit, it's meant to represent true beauty.
No, see, you guys are all gonna hate me for doing this, but all those cuts all those close-up cuts to Angelina kind of reminded me of the time when Undertaker came back after Elimination Chamber, when they were staring each other down, and then they cut to Undertaker with that purely narmy look in his eyes. That was classic.
Surprise face Undertaker?
Not even just what the fuck are you doing, HHH?
But you know
Undertaker?
the worst part about this, even though this angle is stupid, it's kind of the most compelling angle on Impact right now because I legitimately want to see where they're going to take it. I have a feeling they're not going to take it anywhere interesting, but at least we kind of want to know what happens next.
Thankfully, though, TNA's attention span is almost non-existent. Because the next thing we are greeted to is another fucking Ken Anderson segment.
God, they cannot get this guy on TV enough, can they? You know, people bitch about John Cena, but I've never seen him take up a quarter of the 2 hours on Raw before, unlike what fucking Ken does here.
It boggles the mind how they're booking it. I'm speechless. I don't even know how the funny thing about the show last night is I don't even know half of what I said. I mean, that's the honest God truth. I've listened to it 3 times, and I still don't know what the fuck I said.
Anyways, yeah,
So
he
here's what
calls
happens.
out Sting again.
I can't put it into words how redundant this angle is. It's like they're trying to get over the fact that these two have a problem when everyone clearly knows that they have a problem.
Yes.
It's not even explaining. It's just it's showing, but almost no. It's showing the problem, which I guess is better than just talking about it in promos. But the problem is they do it so often that it makes me more fucking.
Apparently, they think we're goldfish.
When you see their intentions backstage, you really don't know what needs to go on in the ring. Like the exchange basically goes, "Hey Sting, you want your apology?" "Yeah, Anderson, I want my apology." "You ain't getting it."
Fuck you.
Yeah.
And then he slaps him, and then they brawl again.
And
That's the segment.
the Immortal Triumvirate comes out, Ray, Abyss, and Matt. And
Best stable ever.
and RVD comes in just to go right back out. I almost expected to hear, like in both instances,
I mean, like, it was a very what moment. I mean, it's just like, oh no, he doesn't. He's not going to help.
And then they do this stupid thing where RVD runs out to save. He saves Sting, and then he just lets Anderson get his ass kicked. And then Immortal magically just stops fighting.
Well, they stopped fighting because the segment was over. Don't you realize how Russo works?
Don't you know anything about science? Okay, War Machine. You know, I don't want you to rage. I don't want you to rage too hard now. I want you to rein it in, brother. I want you to rein it in, man.
Bully Ray basically says, "Hey guys, let's pick huckleberries," and they leave.
Yeah.
Wait. I believe we should all just step back and let War Machine explain just what's wrong with this upcoming segment. War Machine, not the floor.
Oh, god damn it. Here we go.
Have someone else explain that.
We go back to the locker room, and Karen Jarrett is on the phone, frantically yelling. I don't know what she's yelling about quite yet, because it sounds like a pterodactyl who's been stabbed repeatedly in the spleen.
Pterodactyls are spleens?
And she's yelling about Kurt Angle's coming to get them. Like, I half expected, like, her to look at the phone, and this is like some really weird cross-promotion with a fucking Scream 4, and the cop starts asking her what's her favorite scary movie. I mean, it's such a stupid setup, and the entire time, I didn't notice it first. I had to go back and watch it again, because I heard someone banging. I didn't know who it was, so the first time I watched it, which was last night, I thought Kurt Angle was actually trying to break in.
Yeah.
Then I went back and watched it again, and it's fucking Jeff Jarrett sitting there banging on the locker room, clearly in his country bumpkin ass accent, going, "I'm gonna get you, Karen. It's gonna be me. I'm gonna kill you. Let me get my clan hat off. I'll burn
I'm
the
gonna get you.
No,
don't come any closer, Kurt. Don't come and hurt us. Oh, I'm gonna hurt you. Don't hurt us."
God damn it.
They are breaking the law.
On camera. And, other people have pointed this out. Several people have pointed this out. But, fuck, I don't understand. This is basic logic. Just be like, okay, well, let's go into this man's camera because he's clearly live feeding. We can rewind the tape. We can see the fact that it's just Jeff Jarrett with his country bumpkin ass accent. Sounds nothing like Kurt Angle.
I don't understand where
Karen. This is real. Shit just got real. I'm gonna get you, Karen.
I mean, yeah, they should know. They just pulled him in for being drunk behind the wheel of his car.
I don't understand what logic the cops in this universe operate, because this is not the first stupid cop moment. Like, I don't know, Abyss murdering everyone and then getting murdered, and now they're. If I were the police, I would just stop taking calls from the impact.
Seriously.
I don't care if the motherfucker is on fire. I wouldn't piss on it to put it out.
I'd also mention the whole Samoa Joe incident, but I feel like I'd be verbally sued if on some kind of forum if that were
Right. We can't talk about ninjas kidnapping Samoa Joe.
After Jarrett's just masterful impersonation of Kurt, we go backstage again to Ric Flair with the Immortal, and they're celebrating because, we have Bully Ray.
But Ric Flair has something to say to a certain Canadian radio announcer. But he starts yelling at people. He starts calling them bacon-eating pigs. The blood vessels are popping in his forehead. It's quite sad to see how far Ric Flair's fallen. And he's celebrating with Immortal over nothing, essentially, because they didn't do anything.
Yeah, overrunning. He's celebrating overrunning like pussies when Sting slightly swung at them.
I'm starting to think that people get the idea that I'm faking this anger. Partially, I am angry. I'm just turning it up to 11. But I don't get it. This can be good. It really can. But these fucking people are morons. All of them. Morons. Fakes. All of you fakes. It's just, they're stupid. They don't know what they're doing. You'd think they went onto fanfiction.com. And they just
.net, not .com.
What so do you guys want to talk about Velvet Sky now?
And they just took the maybe 10 or 12 highest rated fan fictions on there. Read all of them, read all the reviews, and just called these people up. Said, we want you to move down to Florida. But I'm 16. I don't give a fuck. I'm Vince Russo. Maybe I'll fuck you while I'm at it.
No, he's now Rob Feinstein.
Oh, hey-oh. I kind of opened up Rob Feinstein for that one. Anyways. And
he opened up a couple little boys, too.
Good God.
I would like to apologize on behalf of the Dark Match for my colleague's behavior.
Cut. And,
anywho,
after Vince Russo lured all these fan fiction writers down to Florida, he said, okay, write me a story.
Let's move on.
Velvet Sky.
You want to talk about fucking blood vessels bursting? Let's just move on. Let's get this over with. This is the fucking second time we have to talk about this shit. Let's just go.
Yep. Right. Now we go back to Velvet Sky complaining that Winter has a hold on Angelina and she's got to break her out of the trance because, they're fucking lovers or something.
This isn't about them being lesbians, right?
It's very homoerotic, this angle between Winter, Angelina, and Velvet.
Basically, this whole angle is, I want to stick my strap on in Angelina before you do.
TNA, you're breaking the rule. I'm not seeing Velvet's boobs, and I'm not seeing her and Winter fuck like rabbits. You are breaking the rule. God damn it. Now you owe me a 3-way video of Velvet, Winter, and Daphne. Get on it.
All right.
This is why we're never gonna have chicks on the show.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say this stuff around girls. Come on.
God damn it, War Machine. Yeah. You see why he's the youngest in the group? Moving on. Kurt Angle comes out, striding to the ring, and he tells Jeff Jarrett that he's tired of his bullshit, and he wants to get him out here because he cannot wait for lockdown and all that crap. Jeff's music hits, and Jarrett actually emerges, with, of course, Rob Terry, the man who will die at 35 of a massive heart attack. Angle shakes his head.
He's Chernobyl. He's one pill away from a chemical meltdown. I'm so clever.
Thank you, Scott.
Remember Iwo Jima when Pearl Harbor bombed the Germans?
So guess what? We get a Kurt Angle Rob Terry match.
Fuck!
So yeah, basically, Rob Terry beats up Kurt Angle for 3 minutes, but he somehow slips out of a finisher, puts on the ankle lock, and Terry taps.
And then Angle comes down, and
Jarrett comes down.
Yeah.
And Angle chases him about a bit. But then, guess who actually showed up to the arena this time?
Cops.
Jeff Hardy?
Yes.
Scott Hall.
Hey, yo, Chicos.
Finally arrived and cuff him as Karen screams at him. Now, I'm curious.
No. But you didn't mention what Kurt was screaming at Karen while he's getting arrested. You know, he's screaming, "Is this how you want it to be? Is this how you want it to be? Fine. When I get out, I'm gonna kick your husband's ass. I'm gonna destroy him, Karen. Is this
God damn it, Kurt! You first you threatened to kill them. Now you are saying in front of the police that you are going, when you get out from wherever the hell it is that you're going, you are going to kick Jeff Jarrett's ass. You're not helping your case, you moron.
Kurt, you have a right to remain silent. Use it!
No, he has a right to remain silent. No. A great comedian once said, he had the right to remain silent, but he did not have the ability.
But on the bright side of the entire thing, Karen Jarrett was probably the best actress this side of Randy Orton's fake wife.
All right, guys, it's time for our taste of Lockdown. It's a steel cage match, and I really want to point this out about the steel cage they use in TNA. It looks like a fucking chicken pen.
Actually, I think the cage looks pretty good.
I don't have a problem.
I do not at all. I think it's one of the worst looking cages. This side of the fucking Thunderdome in WCW, or Age in a Cage, where Hogan looked like he could have ripped that motherfucker down if he kept up faking it.
I don't think it looks that bad. My main problem is with the location of the door, with the steps kind of set up the way. Every other cage you see in wrestling, the door is on the fucking side. But of course, you know, they're in the impact zone. They don't have any room to put the fucking door on the fucking side. That's the only problem. I don't think the cage looks horrible. I think in a lot of ways it looks a little bit taller and more imposing than the Ease cage, but now we're just nitpicking because we don't want to talk about this fucking main event.
Well, there's really nothing, well, not until the end at least, not much to talk about. It's pretty clusterfucky. It's hard to watch because there's so many people in the ring at one time and there's a cage blocking it.
Well, we have to talk about one spot where Anderson comes out. Well, RVD comes out first, and then Anderson, he comes out to do his Mr. Anderson bit, and Sting runs up behind him. And I think we were all cheering at that point because we were tired of him. So Sting runs up behind him and suplexes him on the stage because, you know, going into a cage match, you know, with a 3-on-2 advantage, you know, with the 2-on-3 advantage, that's how I want to fight. Like, it's
clearly. God.
Yes, the booking of Russo faces.
Yeah, they've gone on from their alignments and now they're just stupid good. And they're not even good. Anderson sure as hell ain't no fucking good guy.
I don't even know what to say. And then Anderson, who was justified in not wanting to help him. Like, at first it pissed me off, but I was like, he's justified in not wanting to go into the cage and get his ass kicked after the guy who kicked his ass is getting his ass kicked. But then Hogan.
Oh, Jesus. No, please let me talk about this.
No. I don't think you can handle it.
I can handle this. I got this.
I don't want you to go crazy with the rage. I just want you to explain it.
I will.
Okay.
Hogan comes out. Effectively raping Jimi Hendrix, by the way. But Hogan comes out in maybe the least intimidating thing I've ever seen in my life. Hogan comes out
wait. Before you say anything else, he wasn't raping Jimi Hendrix. He was raping Jimmy Hart.
Oh, that's not right.
Go on, War Machine. Go on.
War Machine.
He comes out in his girdle or his back brace, whatever you want to call it, and starts talking jive to Anderson.
You gotta get back to the cage, brother. You can't just stay outside the cage, brother.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. You gotta get into the cage, brother. The apple pie Indian strap match is going on, brother. Get into the cage.
Anderson, of course, is like, fuck off, old man. What are you going to do about it? And then Anderson goes, and then Hulk Hogan goes,
You know something, brother? You really are an asshole, brother.
and of course Anderson is just like, what'd you say? He goes retard strong, except his retard strongness is immediately derailed when Hulk Hogan thumbs him in the eye, slams him into the cage, and then throws him inside the cage.
Yes, there's your big badass Anderson being beat up by the guy with a back brace.
And a little bit more context behind this. Like, the match had been, like, all a chaotic brawl. And, like, once Anderson goes into the cage, if there wasn't enough logical psychedelia before, now it becomes a normal tag match.
Oh, yes. And then, what is the first thing Sting does when he has a numbers advantage? He beats up his numbers advantage.
Hey, you gotta remember though.
This up, don't you?
You gotta remember though, Sting throughout his career has been backstabbed by every tag team partner he's ever had. So he's finally realized, shit, I gotta get them first.
I don't care. If you have a numbers advantage, and Anderson was clearly looking towards putting his differences aside, at least for a moment, so they don't get the crap beat out of him, and Sting is just like, oh, no,
Well, what you're talking about, War Machine, is psychology, and there is no psychology. Logic does not dwell here.
But anyway, after all of this, Bubba capitalizes on the faces being really stupid, bombs RVD, and covers him for the win.
Because we can never have the fucking faces win anything in this goddamn company.
Oh wait, no, I misread. I actually forgot something. What led to that? RVD was going for a top, some kind of top rope move. I'm not sure what it was, and but Anderson pushes RVD off.
And you know what? Just to pause for a second. Hats off to RVD because he was the only fucker working in this match.
yes.
Everybody else gave up 5 minutes into the match, and RVD was still going out and working his ass off.
He was going Terry Funk on these lazy assholes.
Stuff like that.
RVD was so clearly trying to put on the best match of the night, and everyone was like, fuck it, we're getting paid anyway.
Yeah.
I'll just lean against the cage and make it look like I'm raking your chest or whatever.
Anderson, after being attacked twice by Sting, decides that, the guy should I attack is the person who has not in any way ever inconvenienced me.
So yeah, then Bubba hits the Bubba Bomb. 1, 2, 3. Faces lose. Big shocker. And then Immortal proceeds to beat the high holy piss out of everybody in the cage.
Anderson jets the fuck out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He gets out of there. He runs
They
to
put
the
him down just to give Ric Flair another excuse to celebrate.
Yeah.
And then Fortune comes out, and they get immediately quashed also.
Yeah, Threechin comes out, and they get into the ring, and here's something I would like to point out. The least effective heel stable in the world, in the entire history of wrestling, except for maybe the LWO. And even
No. I would pay the money to see the LWO because they could wrestle.
Yes, I was just going to say that. So, 3chan comes out, and they're just like, well, let's do something, motherfuckers. They immediately get their asses kicked.
Mind you, at this point, it would have been 5-on-3. Because Sting and RVD are still in the cage.
And they're standing up. They are up. Damn it.
But then I guess something good and something bad happens. Because who should hop over the railing and climb the cage and do his Daniel spot but the fallen angel himself, Christopher Daniels, returning to Total Nonstop Action.
Breaching his ROH contract.
I don't think he was breaching.
Getting a
his
good
contract.
reaction out of it while he was at it.
But I do have to wonder if he needs a drug test after deciding that going back to TNA was a good idea.
Yeah. I don't understand why he comes back. He does. This is the rare occasion where the faces sort of get a victory, barely.
The deal with Christopher Daniels is that he's basically the consummate professional. He's not. He's on the fence in terms of any backstage politics, whether or not he actually thinks that there's something bad going on, or like anyone's being kept down. Like he's not going to shut his mouth. He's just going to do his job.
And it kind of depends on whether AJ is legit. I don't know if AJ is legitimately hurt or not, because for some reason we don't get a lot of information when guys are legitimately hurt in TNA. I wonder why they want to hurt. I wonder why they would want to hide that thing. But
it's funny you mention that, because from what I hear, actually, the reason why they're shelving AJ is because he got on the wrong side of Kevin Dunn, so to speak.
Oh yeah. You can't piss off Kevin Dunn, man. He will bury your ass.
No, he
even if
he
you're
has
not
a lot
in the
of
same
power.
company as him, he will bury your ass.
Yeah, it's like what he did to Prince Nana and ROH, man.
But after all of that, we go back for more backstage shenanigans.
And one more thing, if you really want to see how good Kevin Dunn works, look at Jay Lethal.
We'll get to Jay Lethal.
All right, so we go back and
because you know they canceled Reaction, but that doesn't mean they have to stop filming Reaction.
Pretty much. I mean, we get another maybe 10 or 20 minutes, I'm not quite sure, of essentially promos.
Let's be real, it was the last 9 or so minutes of the show.
Yeah. So yeah, about 10 minutes of promos. And then, 5 minutes of promos, and then 5 minutes of recap of the entire night. Why?
Because this is exactly.
I don't want to watch it again.
Because they couldn't spend 30 seconds promoting Dixie's Twitter because she doesn't have a Twitter anymore.
Oh.
But the thing that gets me, it's just this fucking company. I forgot what I was gonna say. This
company's a piece of shit. I don't want to see it anymore.
Okay, but we do end with this. I want to end with this. So we cut to Sting, who said tonight was just a warm-up because lockdown, they're going to find out who the true veteran is, which is a very weird statement.
I'm really going to get my ass kicked.
Jason follows Anderson into apparently his trailer, so apparently Anderson's such a diva that he demands his own trailer, or that's where he lives. Take your pick. And Anderson is bitching yet again about how he's being screwed, and boo-hoo-hoo, my butt hurts and I got sand in my vagina today. But RVD, in a bit of Ashley's surprising logic, runs in and beats the crap out of him and thanks him for tonight. RVD leaves the trailer, and Anderson is howling at the moon as we fade to black.
Oh, we didn't, but let's not forget the person trying frantically, who was not supposed to be there, trying frantically to leave the area. And that's how iMPACT ends, folks.
No, but I actually want to touch upon the fact that we were treated with a Chris Daniels promo, and as much as I enjoy his presence, whether or not I think it's a good idea for him to be back, I don't like this guy on the mic. Immortal, you kept us down. You kept all of us down, and now we're going to turn the tables on you. For years, you've kept us down.
Wait, Immortal's been around for years? You might want to check
From
that
this moment,
after,
this
Daniel.
will be the moment.
It's like he can form coherent sentences, and he definitely makes a point, but like his delivery is just like he never was able to work on that. Like he was never his intent. He speaks in the ring.
Seriously, like his strength is not his speaking. That's why he was always in the tag team.
Nor is it not looking like an alien.
Yeah, because I don't think I ever noticed before this that he wears a lot of eyeliner, but that wasn't what made him look like an alien. He shaved his eyebrows. The fuck?
I don't know if it's a past tense. I think it's present.
Okay, well, he shaves his eyebrows, apparently. Again, the fuck? I mean, why?
It's just something to make him look different, that's all.
Well, still, it makes you look different. It makes you look fucking weird. I can't look at you without laughing now. I think you singed your eyebrows trying to plug in your toaster. Shit can happen, goddammit. Don't you laugh at me.
Are you speaking from personal experience again?
No. Let's move on.
And if we're going to move on, we're going to have to end this, because thankfully that was the end of Impact.
Mercifully, that was the end of Impact.
You know what? This was still an above average episode of Impact. In terms, as much stupidity as there was on this fucking show, it has been far worse at times. It's boggling how something can be that bad. The bar they set for themselves is so fucking low that it's impossible for them to get any lower at this point. I think they have hit the bottom of the Grand Canyon of fail. They can't go any lower.
Oh no, fail can go to the center of the earth, my friend. You wait. Jeff Hardy will come back and the fail will begin once again.
But
It will happen. It is real. And guess what? It's happening soon. No, I'm sorry. When Hogan wins the title by the end of this year, that's when the fail will now reach so many new levels of low that I might just stop watching wrestling in general. It'll be kind of like Rolo T's movie Shock.
It's time again, once again. It's time again, once again. It's time. Right here, right now. At this moment, it's time for what got more screen time than Jay Lethal.
I will go first. Kevin Dunn got more screen time than Jay Lethal.
Winter's lace blindfold got more screen time than Jay Lethal, and I love it.
Damn right.
But not the fact that it got more screen time than Jay Lethal, just the blindfold.
Once again, damn right.
Major Felonies got more screen time than Jay Lethal.
Chris Brown wasn't on this show.
Oh!
Ooh! Bazinga! And I will wrap it up with Angelina's derp face got more screen time than Jay Lethal. And
Thank you very much for listening to the Dark Match, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mr. War Machine.
I'm the Revolver Man.
I'm No Leaf Clover.
And I'm Christopher Says.
We will see you later, folks. God help us.
Me. That's all, folks.
Good night and good luck. swear to God, if that's you, Pizza, I'm gonna be pissed. Hey! Let me back in! Let me back in! Who the hell are you?